Hello, hello, hello. Got two bits of news for you. Prog news. First bit, again, I've been sitting on this for a while because, it's hard to get motivated with the YouTube sometimes. But, yeah, this was a curious thing. A Genesis album is going to be remixed and reissued. You're probably thinking, wait a minute, they've already been done. Back in 2007, you remember? Do you remember when they put them all out on, SACD and DVD and 5.1 and all the band signed off on the remix? Again, that's the unique thing about those Genesis remixes, that every member of the band that was involved signed off on the remixes. You don't get that with any of those, like Stephen Wilson remixes that go out. That's usually at the behest of the record company or one member of the band who's acting as the foreman. But yeah, that was the interesting thing. It was done by committee. But yeah, this is curious. It appears that convicted paedophile Jonathan King has either sold his ownership of from Genesis to Revelation, or I don't know. I think he's sold it. That's one version I've heard. I'm going to say he sold it. If I'm wrong, correct me in the comments. Again, this is all murmurings at the moment. It hasn't been totally and utterly confirmed. But Esoteric / Cherry Red are going to be putting out a revised version of From Genesis to Revelation. Technically, the first album by the band. It's when they were, fresh, from Charterhouse. They were still, wet behind the ears. And convicted paedophile Jonathan King did a bit of a job on the album by slathering it in strings, and some of the mixing is questionable and not quite to the vision of those young upstarts. So yeah, it's quite a curious thing. One, that convicted paedophile Jonathan King has given up his control of the album, and two, that they're deeming it to be reissued. But the fact it's being reissued on Cherry Red Esoteric kind of makes me wonder that Jonathan King still might be involved in it, because surely, if the band took it, ownership of it, then they put it out on like their own label. But anyway, my mind is gurgling. This was actually corroborated. The story was corroborated in this recent interview with Anthony Phillips in Italian Rolling Stone. Yes, there's an Italian version. Where is it? It's down the bottom here. He talks about, here's the quote. It's in the interviewer says, legend has it there's a much longer version of A Place to Call My Own, the song that closes From Genesis to Revelation. And Phillips answers, yes, that's absolutely true. Sooner or later a new remix version will be published with the unreleased songs from our debut album, which have been working on for some time, and for the first time you'll be able to hear the song in its original form. It's true that the album has been re-released many times, but this is the first time a remix has been done, which makes it a fundamentally different work. Jonathan King, convicted paedophile, was very generous to us at the time, but the decision to add strings wasn't made by us, let alone the mono mix. Again, there have been other mixes. I remember there is a stereo mix with the strings panned to one side. So yeah, I thought that was really interesting that we're going to hear a completely different version of it. And again, it's a very immature, undeveloped work, and there's only one track in it that I genuinely like. But yeah, so have to keep your eye out for that. Who'd have thought it, eh? After all these years. And it's curious if Jonathan King really has sold up his share on that. So yeah, there's been no formal announcement. Who knows? Maybe there'll be an SACD DVD surround sound mix like they did in 2007. I strongly doubt it. So that's one bit of news for you. How cool is that, eh? That's genuine prog news, isn't it? Like I said, I heard murmurings, and that article kind of confirmed. I wanted something to firm it up. That confirmed it. The second piece of news isn't anything as interesting. But for those of you, you've been enjoying my Jethro Tull 4K unboxings. I don't know why I'm doing that. They are 4K, and they are unboxings, or first looks or whatever. Some of you are moaning, oh, I haven't got insert deluxe edition that you're missing from your collection. But be still your beating heart, because they're only going to reissue some of them again. They already reissued, I think, 4 of them before Christmas. I think it was in November last year. That would have been 2023. This is 2024 now. In the far-flung future, when I'm dead, this is, like I said, this is no one's going to see this anyway. So I don't know why I bother even saying it. But yeah, get your credit card at the ready for Heavy Horses, A Passion Play, War Child, and Stand Up are being reissued. And Stand Up is probably the one that's the rarest out of those ones, because it has the pop-up. Go and watch my unboxing of it. That has a pop-up thing, and it commanded quite a big price on eBay. Still does, I think. So yeah, and hey, I'm going to look after you. I'm going to look after you. Do you know why? Because I'm putting Amazon affiliate links in the description, so you can click on them and you can order them, and I get a magic penny. Jeff Bezos himself bends over, lubes up his thumb and forefinger, and pulls a magic penny out of his rectum, and will hand it to me every time you order one of these things. And yeah, so I don't know, it's probably about only 3 of you that's actually interested in that, because nobody's interested in CDs and DVDs, are they? It's for boring old men who smell of wee. So yeah, that's something for you to be interested in. They're out on August the 23rd, by the way, so in a month's time. How cool is that? So 2 bits of news for you. One bit genuinely interesting in a weird, how can that be a thing kind of way, and the second bit is spending your money kind of news. Anyway, thank you for watching. That was the news ish, and yeah, thanks for watching. Prog on.